Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's English listening practice session. My name is Alex, and I'm here with my good friend Jamie.
Hi there, I'm Jamie. It's really nice to have you join us today.
We're so glad you're here. Today, Jamie and I are just going to have a relaxed, friendly conversation, and you can listen and practice your English with us.
That's right. We're going to talk about everyday things, our weekend activities, some hobbies we enjoy, and our plans for the near future. Just normal, everyday conversation between friends.
The most important thing is to relax and enjoy listening. Don't worry if you don't catch every single word. Just try to understand the main ideas and follow along with our conversation.
Exactly. Learning a language takes time, and every bit of practice helps. So sit back, get comfortable, and let's begin our chat.
All right, Jamie, should we start?
Yes, let's do it.
So, Jamie, how was your weekend? Did you do anything interesting?
Oh, it was really nice, actually. I had a very peaceful weekend. On Saturday morning, I went to the local market near my house. You know the one I mentioned before?
Yes, I remember you telling me about it. The one that opens every Saturday morning, right?
That's the one. It's such a lovely place. They have fresh vegetables, fruits, some homemade bread, and even local honey. I really enjoy going there because the atmosphere is so friendly.
That sounds wonderful. I love markets like that. There's something special about buying fresh produce directly from the people who grow it.
I completely agree. And the prices are usually quite reasonable, too. I bought some beautiful tomatoes, some fresh lettuce, and a few other vegetables. Oh, and I got a jar of that honey I mentioned.
Nice. What did you do with all those vegetables?
Well, on Saturday evening, I decided to try making a new recipe. I made a big salad with all the fresh vegetables, and I also cooked some pasta with a simple tomato sauce.
That sounds delicious. I love simple, fresh meals like that. How did it turn out?
It turned out really well. I was quite pleased with myself, actually. Cooking is becoming one of my favorite ways to relax on the weekends.
That's great. It's so important to have activities that help us unwind after a busy week at work.
Absolutely. What about you, Alex? How was your weekend? Did you do anything special?
My weekend was good too, thank you for asking. On Saturday, I spent most of the day at home. I've been trying to organize my apartment a bit better lately.
Oh, that's a useful thing to do. Were you doing any major cleaning or just tidying up?
Just tidying up, really. I went through my bookshelf and organized all my books. I have quite a collection now, and they were becoming a bit messy.
I can imagine. Do you organize them in any particular way, like by author or by topic?
I tried to organize them by topic first, and then alphabetically within each topic. So all my history books are together, all my fiction books are together, and so on.
That's a good system. It makes it much easier to find what you're looking for.
Yes, exactly. And while I was organizing, I found several books that I'd completely forgotten about. Books that I bought years ago but never read.
Oh, that happens to me all the time. It's like discovering hidden treasure in your own home.
That's exactly what it felt like. I found this one book about gardening that I bought maybe 3 years ago. I think I bought it because I was interested in starting a small garden, but then I got busy and forgot all about it.
Are you thinking about reading it now?
Actually, yes. I started reading it on Sunday, and it's really interesting. It's all about growing vegetables in small spaces, like on a balcony or in a small backyard.
That sounds perfect for city living. Most of us don't have huge gardens, so advice about small spaces is really helpful.
Exactly my thought. The book has some really practical tips. It explains which vegetables are easiest to grow, how much sunlight they need, how often to water them, and things like that.
Have you thought about actually starting a small garden yourself?
I'm seriously considering it. I have a balcony that gets quite a bit of sunlight in the morning. According to the book, that should be enough for some vegetables like tomatoes, peppers, or herbs.
Herbs are a great place to start. They're usually quite easy to grow, and it's so convenient to have fresh herbs right at home when you're cooking.
That's true. I use a lot of basil and parsley when I cook, so having them fresh would be wonderful. Plus, I think it would be a really satisfying hobby.
I think so too. There's something very rewarding about growing your own food, even if it's just a few herbs or a couple of tomatoes.
And it's a nice way to connect with nature, even when you're living in the middle of a city.
Absolutely. We all need that connection. It's good for our mental health and our overall well-being.
I couldn't agree more. Actually, speaking of hobbies and well-being, have you been doing any reading lately? I know you enjoy reading.
Yes, I have. I'm actually reading a really interesting book at the moment. It's a novel, but it's based on real historical events.
Oh, I like those kinds of books. They're entertaining, but you also learn something. What's the book about?
It's set in the early 20th century, and it follows the story of a family that runs a small bookshop in London. It shows how their lives change during that period of history.
That sounds fascinating. Is it focusing on any particular historical events?
Well, it covers the time period leading up to and during the First World War. But it's not really about the war itself. It's more about how ordinary people's lives were affected by those big historical changes.
I find that perspective really interesting. We often learn about the major events in history, but not as much about how regular people experienced those times.
Exactly. That's what makes this book so engaging. The author does a wonderful job of describing daily life during that era. What people ate, how they dressed, what their homes were like, what they did for entertainment.
That sounds like the author did a lot of research.
Oh, definitely. There's actually a section at the end of the book with notes about the historical background. Haven't reached it yet, but I'm looking forward to reading it.
How much of the book have you read so far?
I'm about halfway through. I try to read for at least 30 minutes every night before bed. It's become part of my bedtime routine.
That's a good habit. I've heard that reading before bed is much better for sleep than looking at your phone or watching television.
Yes, I've heard that too, and I've definitely noticed a difference since I started doing it. I fall asleep more easily and I sleep better overall.
I should probably try that. I have a bad habit of checking my phone right before bed.
I used to do that too, but I made a rule for myself. Now, I put my phone on the other side of the room to charge at night. That way, I'm not tempted to look at it.
That's a smart strategy. I might try that tonight.
You should. It really helps. And having a book by my bedside means I have something relaxing to do instead of scrolling through social media.
You're right. Social media can be so distracting and it's not very relaxing, especially right before sleep.
Not at all. And sometimes you see things that actually make you feel stressed or worried, which is the last thing you need before trying to sleep.
That's so true. I think we all need to be more mindful about how we use technology, especially in the evening.
I agree. It's all about finding a good balance. Technology is useful and important, but we need to make sure it's not affecting our health and well-being negatively.
Speaking of balance, how are things going at work for you? Are you managing to keep a good work-life balance?
Actually, yes, things have been quite good recently. A few months ago, I was feeling quite stressed and overworked, but I've made some changes that have really helped.
Oh, that's great to hear. What kind of changes did you make?
Well, the biggest change was learning to set better boundaries. I used to check my work emails in the evening and even on weekends sometimes.
I think a lot of people struggle with that. It's hard to disconnect from work when everything is on our phones.
Exactly. But I realized it was affecting my ability to relax. I was always thinking about work, even during my free time. That must have been stressful. It really was. So I made a decision. Now, I don't check work emails after 6 o'clock in the evening, and I don't check them at all on weekends unless there's a real emergency.
That's a very healthy boundary to set. How did your colleagues react?
You know, I was worried about that at first. I thought people might be annoyed or think I wasn't dedicated to my job. But actually, everyone has been very understanding.
I'm glad to hear that. I think more and more people are recognizing the importance of work-life balance.
I think you're right. And honestly, I believe I'm actually more productive now. When I'm at work, I focus better because I know I have my evenings free to relax.
That makes a lot of sense. When you're constantly working or thinking about work, you get tired and your concentration suffers.
Exactly. It's better to work efficiently during working hours and then truly rest during your free time.
I completely agree. I should probably think about my own work-life balance. I've been working quite long hours recently.
Is there a particular reason? Is there a big project happening at the moment?
Yes, actually, we're working on a new project at the office, and the deadline is coming up soon. The past few weeks have been quite busy.
I understand. Sometimes busy periods are unavoidable. When is the deadline?
In about 2 weeks. So I just need to get through this busy period, and then things should calm down a bit.
That's not too far away. Make sure you're taking care of yourself during this busy time. Are you getting enough sleep?
Most nights, yes. I try to make sure I get at least 7 hours. I know that sleep is really important for staying healthy and focused.
That's good. And are you taking breaks during the day?
I try to. I make sure to take a proper lunch break away from my desk. Even if it's just for 30 minutes, it helps to step away and clear my mind.
That's really important. I used to work through lunch sometimes, but I've stopped doing that. Taking a real break makes such a difference.
I agree. Even just going for a short walk during lunch can help. Fresh air and a bit of movement really help refresh your mind.
Absolutely. Do you have any plans for after the project is finished? Will you take some time off?
I haven't decided yet, but I'm thinking about it. I might take a few days off and do something relaxing.
That sounds like a good idea. You'll deserve a rest after all this hard work.
Thank you. What about you? Do you have any plans coming up? Any trips or holidays planned?
Actually, yes. I'm planning a small trip in about a month. Nothing too elaborate, just a long weekend away.
Oh, that sounds nice. Where are you thinking of going?
I'm planning to visit the countryside. There's a small town about 2 hours away from here that I've always wanted to visit. It's supposed to be very beautiful and peaceful.
That sounds lovely. What kind of things are you planning to do there?
Mostly just relaxing, really. The town is in a valley surrounded by hills, so there are some nice walking trails. I'd like to do some hiking and enjoy the scenery.
That sounds perfect for a relaxing weekend. Will you go by yourself or with someone?
I'm still deciding. Part of me wants to go alone for some quiet time to think and relax, but I might invite my sister to come along. She's been quite busy with work too, and I think she'd enjoy a peaceful weekend in the countryside.
Either way sounds good. Sometimes it's nice to have company, and sometimes it's nice to have solitude.
That's true. I think I'll ask her and see if she's interested. If she can't make it, I'll be perfectly happy going alone.
Where will you stay? Have you found a place yet?
I've been looking at a few options online. There are some small guest houses in the town that look really charming. They're family-run places with just a few rooms.
Those kinds of places often have a lot of character and charm.
Yes, exactly. I prefer that to big hotels. It feels more personal, and you often get good recommendations from the owners about local places to visit or eat.
That's a good point. Local knowledge is really valuable when you're visiting a new place.
Definitely. I'm looking forward to trying some local food, too. The region is known for its cheese and fresh produce.
That sounds delicious. There's something special about trying local specialties when you travel.
I think so, too. Even if you're not going very far from home, experiencing different local foods and traditions makes it feel like an adventure.
I agree completely. You don't have to travel to the other side of the world to have interesting experiences.
Exactly. Sometimes the best experiences are quite close to home. We just need to take the time to explore.
That's such a good perspective. I think sometimes we overlook the interesting places near us because we're always looking for exotic destinations far away.
Yes, I've been guilty of that myself. But recently, I've been trying to appreciate what's nearby. There's so much to discover.
You're inspiring me to think about a small trip too. Maybe after my project is finished, I could do something similar.
You should. It doesn't have to be expensive or complicated. Just a couple of days somewhere peaceful could be really refreshing.
You're right. I think I need that. Just some time away from the city and away from work.
It's so important for our mental health. We can't work all the time. We need time to rest and recharge.
I completely agree. I'm starting to realize that more and more. Taking care of ourselves should be a priority, not something we do only when we're exhausted.
That's exactly right. Prevention is better than cure, as they say.
True. So, tell me more about these walking trails near the town you're visiting. Are they difficult or are they suitable for all fitness levels?
From what I've read, there are trails for different abilities. Some are quite easy and flat, suitable for a gentle walk. Others are more challenging with steeper climbs for people who want more of a workout.
That's good that there's variety, so you can choose based on how you feel on the day.
Exactly. I'll probably try one of the easier trails on the first day, just to see how I feel. If I enjoy it and feel good, I might try a more challenging one on the second day.
That sounds like a sensible approach. It's good not to push yourself too hard, especially if you're not used to hiking regularly.
Yes, I don't want to overdo it and end up too tired or sore to enjoy the rest of the trip.
Have you done much hiking before?
Not a huge amount, but I've done some. I used to go hiking more often a few years ago, but I got out of the habit. This trip is partly about reconnecting with that activity.
That's nice. It's good to rediscover hobbies that we used to enjoy.
I think so. Life gets busy, and sometimes we stop doing things we love without really noticing. Then one day we realize we miss them.
That's very true. I've experienced that myself with several hobbies.
What hobbies have you been meaning to get back into?
Well, I used to play the guitar quite regularly. I wasn't particularly good at it, but I enjoyed it. I haven't played it in over a year now.
Oh, I didn't know you played guitar. Why did you stop?
No particular reason, really. I just got busy with other things, and gradually I played less and less. Now my guitar just sits in the corner of my room.
You should pick it up again. Even if you just play for 15 or 20 minutes a few times a week, it would be something.
You're right. I think I've been thinking about it, actually. Maybe I'll make a goal to play at least a little bit every week.
I think that's a great idea. And you don't need to pressure yourself to be perfect or to practice for hours. Just play for enjoyment.
That's good advice. I think I was putting too much pressure on myself before. I kept thinking I should practice more seriously and improve my skills.
But if it's just a hobby for relaxation, there's no need for that pressure. You can just play songs you enjoy and have fun with it.
You're absolutely right. I think I'll try to play something this evening after we finish talking.
That's wonderful. I'd love to hear how it goes. Maybe you can tell me about it next time we meet.
I will. Thank you for the encouragement. It's good to have friends who support your interests.
Of course. That's what friends are for. We should all encourage each other to do things that make us happy and help us relax.
I feel the same way. And I want to encourage you too. I think your trip to the countryside sounds perfect, and I hope you have a wonderful time.
Thank you, Alex. I really appreciate that. I'll definitely tell you all about it when I get back.
Please do. I'd love to hear about the trails you walk, the food you eat, and the places you discover.
I'll take some photos too if the weather's nice. It would be lovely to capture some of the scenery.
Yes, and you could share them with me. I'd enjoy them.
Definitely. You know, talking about all this is making me even more excited about the trip. I need to finalize my booking for the guest house soon.
When do you think you'll book it?
Probably this week. I don't want to leave it too late, especially if it's a popular place.
That's sensible. Better to secure your reservation early.
Yes, exactly. I learned that lesson before. Once I waited too long to book accommodation for a trip, and my first choice was fully booked by the time I tried to reserve.
Oh no. What did you do?
I had to book a different place, which was fine, but not quite what I wanted. Since then, I try to plan a bit earlier.
That's understandable. A little bit of planning can save a lot of stress later.
Absolutely. Though I try not to overplan everything. I like to have my accommodation and transportation sorted out, but I prefer to keep my actual activities flexible.
That's a good balance. Having the basic structure in place, but leaving room for spontaneity.
Yes, exactly. Some of the best experiences when traveling come from unexpected moments or discovering things you didn't plan.
I agree. Some of my favorite travel memories are from unplanned adventures or meeting interesting people by chance.
Those are often the most memorable moments. You can't really plan for them. They just happen.
That's the beauty of travel, even if it's just a short trip close to home.
Absolutely. Every trip, big or small, has the potential for new experiences and discoveries.
This conversation is really inspiring me. I feel motivated to make some positive changes.
Oh, what kind of changes are you thinking about?
Well, first, I want to start playing guitar again, like we discussed. Second, I'm going to plan a small trip for after my project finishes. And third, I think I might try starting that balcony garden we talked about earlier.
Those all sound like wonderful goals. But remember, not to pressure yourself too much. Take things one step at a time.
You're right. I'll start with small steps. Maybe I'll play guitar this evening, and this weekend I can visit a garden center to look at plants and pots for the balcony.
That sounds perfect. And there's no rush with planning your trip. You can take your time to think about where you'd like to go and what you'd like to do.
Thank you, Jamie. Talking with you always helps me see things more clearly. I feel more positive and energized now.
I'm so glad to hear that. And I feel the same way. Our conversations always make me feel better.
That's what good friendship is about, isn't it? Supporting each other, sharing ideas, and encouraging each other.
Absolutely. I feel very fortunate to have a friend like you, Alex.
And I feel the same about you. We should make sure we keep making time for conversations like this, even when life gets busy.
I completely agree. How about we plan to meet again in a couple of weeks? Maybe we could go for coffee or take a walk together.
That sounds lovely. Let's do that. By then, my busy project period will be over, and you'll have been on your countryside trip. We'll have lots to talk about.
Perfect. I'll look forward to it. Should we choose a specific day now, or shall we message each other next week to arrange it?
Let's message next week. That way we can see how our schedules look and choose a time that works well for both of us.
Sounds good. I'll send you a message next week, and we can figure out the details.
Great. I'm already looking forward to it.
Me too. I'm really grateful for conversations like this. In our busy modern lives, it's so important to slow down sometimes and just talk with a friend.
I couldn't agree more. These conversations are so valuable. They help us reflect on our lives, share our thoughts and feelings, and remember what's truly important.
Yes, exactly. Sometimes we get so caught up in our daily routines and responsibilities that we forget to check in with ourselves and with the people we care about.
That's very true. Making time for meaningful conversations should be a priority, not something we do only when we have spare time.
I think you're absolutely right. And it doesn't have to be a long conversation every time. Even a short chat can be meaningful if you're really present and listening to each other.
Good point. Quality is more important than quantity when it comes to connection with friends and family.
Definitely. I'd rather have one good conversation with a friend than dozens of quick superficial exchanges.
Same here. It's about being genuinely interested in how the other person is doing and really listening to what they have to say.
And being willing to be open and honest yourself. Friendship works both ways.
Absolutely. It's about mutual support, trust, and respect.
Well said. I think we're very lucky to have built that kind of friendship with each other.
I think so too. It's something I truly value.
As do I. All right, Alex, I should probably let you go. I know you mentioned you have things to do this evening.
Yes, I should probably get going, but this has been such a nice conversation. Thank you for taking the time to chat.
Thank you, too. It's been wonderful, as always. Good luck with your busy work period, and don't forget to take care of yourself.
I will, I promise. And good luck with planning your trip. I hope everything works out perfectly.
Thank you. I'll be in touch next week, and we'll arrange our next meeting.
Perfect. Take care, Jamie.
You too, Alex. Talk to you soon.
Well, everyone, that brings us to the end of today's listening practice session.
We hope you enjoyed listening to our conversation. We tried to keep everything natural and relaxed, just like a real conversation between friends.
Remember, the key to improving your listening skills is regular practice. Don't worry if you didn't understand everything perfectly. That's completely normal.
Exactly. Learning a language is a journey, and every time you practice, you're making progress. Be patient with yourself.
You might want to listen to this conversation again, maybe tomorrow or next week. Each time you listen, you'll probably understand a bit more.
That's a great tip. Repeated listening really helps. You'll start to recognize more words and phrases, and the natural flow of conversation will become more familiar.
We also want to remind you that making mistakes is a normal and important part of learning. Don't be afraid to practice speaking, even if you're not perfect.
Absolutely. Everyone who speaks a second language makes mistakes sometimes. It's not about being perfect. It's about communicating and connecting with others.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. We really appreciate you choosing to practice your English with our conversation.
Yes, thank you. We hope this was helpful and enjoyable for you. Keep practicing, stay positive, and believe in yourself.
Your English is improving with every bit of practice you do. Keep up the great work.
Until next time, take care and goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone. Happy learning.